Are we live yet? I think we're almost live. Almost live here on Twitch. And YouTube, we're semi-live. Unless YouTube, of course, decides once again that we're not broadcasting at all. Right. We are live. Welcome to Code Hangouts number 158. Is that right? No, I'm not certain. It was 57 yesterday? Yes. Okay, I'm gonna continue basically where we left off yesterday, except one little thing that I realized is ultimately I want to have a bunch of metadata in there. Things like creation date, and one was the short ID created and things like that. And right now we're not collecting that data. Now the closest thing I might be able to get is the file creation dates. So I'm going to quickly check if those are being maintained or if they're being overwritten, because it could be when I'm downloading the files from the server and all that, that the dates are getting changed. So if I sort by date modified, what's the oldest? Yeah, you see, they're all 2024 March. Nah, but that's the folders. January for these. All right, so something happened. So they're not really being maintained. They're not getting overwritten every time. And it could have been something that I did by uploading, so by merging, yada yada. So unfortunately, CD API, CD puzzle. I'm gonna have to look that up actually. How do I bash ls sort file date oldest? So if I do an ls-tr, okay, that's not really useful. ll-tr. March 20. You just sort by date. Allowing date timestamp. Well, if it's possible. And LTR. TRH. Top 10. Bash. No, bash head. I think it's head-n. So it's head-n10. Yeah, so these are all January. So the question then is, do I ignore this data or do I include it? Like, I might have older backups. I do have information from the counters as well. All right, I think for now we're just going to go with the data we have. If it's not accurate, is actually not a big problem, I think. So let's have a look at that. And I'm also realizing the raw listing, the API puzzles file, ultimately I won't need if I'm moving the raw data into here, which I haven't done yet. Interesting. Okay, so, and the other thing is that we need, of course, date and time data for more than one thing. We probably need it separately for the short IDs. Okay, this is not going to be not complex. All right, so let's not do that for now. So this is where we're loading the puzzles from scratch. And this is where we might have access to the data from the files. So what I'm gonna do is we're gonna skip. Why is this inside the while? Because we're blocking it by how many files we're grabbing at a go. All right. Let's do this for now. Right. And we're gonna do this just as a test, right? And if I do this now, if I run this, which I'm gonna make a bit bigger for your benefit. Right. So now we actually want to grab more information about the files. So create new item is kind of this. Find one short ID. So I think this is some basic deduplication, which in this case isn't relevant, right? Because we're starting with a yeah. So this was originally, okay, so there's two cases. There's bulk import, and this has a bunch of optimizations for that. But the idea was that I could rerun it on existing data and it wouldn't overwrite data. So there's three cases. There is the fastest, which is, well, the longest, but the fastest, which is assume you're starting from scratch and you're pulling everything in. And you could wipe everything out and you're starting from scratch, which is basically what we're doing here. But, sorry, this music is too loud in my ears. And it's already the quietest I can possibly make it. And then if I make it quieter over here, I don't hear my own voice. Anyway, so case one. So let's see, importing of data has 3 cases. Case 1, import from scratch in bulk. Case 2, import in bulk on top of existing data. In case 3, import single item. So this is the fastest, which is what I'm doing right now. But here we can obviously skip any checks for existing data. This is what I was planning to use to kind of sync the data each day. But now I'm starting to think maybe it's not worth doing. This is basically what we're gonna do on the server when data gets added. But I also, you know, that's 1,000 items a day, right? But each individual item here would have an individual insert, no bulk operations. We have to see how long that takes. And if I'm going to do that on the server, I should also be able to do it for this sort of update, even if the update doesn't run every day, right? So we probably don't want to do case 2 at all. So basically, we can get rid of these checks here and make this just the first case, right? In which case we can actually do the delete as part of this, right? And we might want to name them accordingly. Yeah. In the moment, I'm just going to skip this part. And we're going to read some additional information here. So, and to do that, we're going to look at node fs file creation date. So I think we are going to have to run fsp stat. So node.js fs stat. And I'm not sure if we want to do stat sync. Is this blocking? Is this async? node fstat async. I think we should be able to do await fstat. All right, if we're gonna reduce this, and then we're gonna do a log stat fs await fsp.stat file name, and we might as well put the file name in there. So if we do nope, if we do this, we're getting a bunch of data like of that. Birth time. Okay. Archive time. So modified time is earlier than creation time. Linux modified time earlier than creation time. I think it means it's maintaining the modified time from the source, but it updates the creation time when it creates a new file. We should also time is left and the time is changed, but the creation time is right. Yeah, we'll probably want to grab whichever one is the newer. So I'm gonna go down to 3. So we're gonna do let stat equals yada yada. Right? And then we'll do stat dot a time, m time, and c time. And I think we can just grab the earliest of these. Even birth time, I guess. So if I take these, do we need anything else from here? Don't think we need anything else from here. So we can probably just grab these out of here. Right? Like that. Do this. And then we'll do something like, can I do a math.min? Does that work? Does math.min accept more than one value? So I do this. Will I get the earliest of those four dates? Okay, so that gave me m time. This one gave me m time as well. And then this one gave me also m time. Now, in theory, some of these actually do get updated, right? So in theory, the earliest time might not be equivalent to the update time. But I'm prepared to kind of ignore that for now. The creation time is more useful to me than the last updated time. Okay. So we're gonna do let created at equals this. And we can just do that. Can I do these two simultaneously? If I do a console.log await promise.all, right? And I'm making this into an array. And then we have this. And then we'll have this. And it's gonna be a bit chunky. Right. And then if we're gonna do this, like that. And then this would be puzzle raw. Right? And then we can do this. And we can do puzzle raw. We can do that. And we can do that. Right. Okay. And then for now, we'll just say modified at, we'll set it to the same value. Okay. Now, right now, the short IDs, there's more than one, which could mean that the file dates aren't in sync. All right, so let's see. So, we got that going on. So now we gotta push that into here. Let's output the tasks here. So we can see what the actual data for the database looks like. Like that. All right. So now we have these dates in here, and then we can take them from there. And then we'll probably need to merge them, like get the lower, the small of the two dates and all that stuff. All right. So, I guess we can go back to here. I don't think there's anything else we've modified here. And if we run this now, it should wipe this database, rebuild it from scratch. So it takes about a second to read 1,000 files. Now the question is, can I parallelize the reading of the files with the parsing of the data? And will that actually make the whole thing faster? Because I also know the parsing of the data takes about 1.5 minutes. And this takes about 30 seconds. Well, we'll see, we'll see. I'm gonna have to rerun this many times, so maybe I should just do it for the first 1,000 instead of the full 100,000. Yeah, that might be smarter. Is this... I don't actually know if this is limited by disk speed. I doubt it, right? I mean, it's 200 megabytes. It should read it like that. It's good. The stat calls could make it slow as well. I mean, Mark, if you're here, my code here, as far as I can tell, it should parallelize 1,000 of these requests. So that 1 second should be a millisecond each. Roughly. And maybe millisecond per stat and read isn't that bad? Just stat and file read. There's metadata beyond. Okay, generated the trends and states, but in my case, I'm looking for all the meta, not just the stats like person. Date taken, the special things. You'd see an image, video, audio files. Well, I don't think that metadata is in the file system. Yeah. Nope. Okay, well, that's not really the question I had. Basically, the question is, can I get the stat data straight in read file? So if I go to read file, and I don't really want sync, I want the... Yeah, this is not the Node.js documentation. I don't know why I'm here. And this is not it either. This is something else. There we go. I'm just wondering if I can pass in some options that basically tells it, give me the other info. Enter comes with the file. Using option code, contents. It only gets the contents. All right, so we have to run stats separately. See, this is now 2 minutes, and I'm pretty sure it didn't take 2 minutes before. Huh. And I'm trying to do the stat and the read file simultaneously here. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm not. I put a weights in here. All right. So, and I probably don't need to do the full 100,000. Let's do 5,000. Let's try that. Because, you know, they're all very close to 1 second per thing. Is my chat working? Mark. I'm gonna have to like make a bot that says hello to me in my own chat, just so I know everything is working when I start. All right, what we got? So the stat call. Seriously, it went from 1 second to 80 milliseconds. Holy moly! So I killed all my parallelization there. And if I do it without the stat call, like if I just say this, it's half the time. So the stat call does more than half. Node stat performance. Yeah, it's really slow. What if I run it with bun? Wait. Bun run npm script. Bun run. Bun. What if I do bun run PuzzleDB slash build. Oop. No. All right, this went wrong. Okay, the node stringifier is very different. This isn't any faster, interestingly enough. In fact, it's a little slower, which is interesting. I didn't expect that. If I put the FSP back... Hey Shelby! Hey SudokuPad! Yeah, I need to do that. It looks like the stat call is free on Bun. That's interesting. Look at that. That's about 30, 40 milliseconds each. And if I do, if I run this via a node, unless this is something from NPM, it's actually, wait, it's not 80? What happened? Did I change something? Maybe it's caching? Yeah. I was thinking of moving that in here, but because I have the modified at, I'm getting, the thing is, I don't know if the modified time corresponds to when I sync the data. If we go back to this, and I just output this part. If I just output that part quickly. Do these make any sense at all? So A time is probably archive time. So 520... Wait, that doesn't make any sense either. That doesn't make any sense either. Because I didn't do anything today. It's not like I downloaded the... I think... Yeah, you see, 1705. Unless it's... This is like for folders or something? Wait. Alright. Let's put the short ID in here. Let's do that again. So these 00 or quintuple 01s. Somebody really wanted to get early on the alphabetical sorting here. Oop. Surprised the Explorer doesn't poop the bed a little bit more often, because I know 100,000 files. I think in older versions of Windows, I used to have a lot of problems with this sort of stuff. All right, so the A time is 25. So none of these are 25. So what is A time on stat? If I go here and we look for .stat, options, object, returns, promise, fs stats, objects. All right. So, what do they mean? Node.js stats A time. What is that? A time is an input application programming blah 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 blah. Okay. Date to represent the time and date when the file is accessed. Okay. So last access time. All right. So access time, we really don't care for. All right, access time. I did not think of that. Okay. Since we're accessing the file to read that, it feels strange. But we can just skip A time. All right. So then we have modified, we have created, and birth time. And birth time seems to be identical to created time. I could put a little thing in there to check if they're ever different. Now let's check one thing. If I do this 5,000 and I double this, does this take twice as long? 9447. It's not really a good test here. It's fairly quick. If we go to 5,000, so 90, so we'd expect 180, 100, 220. Also, these numbers don't make sense. Wait a second. Job 0 through job name time. What? Yeah, this doesn't make sense. This is just going to be I plus J max plus max math.max total, like that. And it's basically that minus 1. Like that. I think that makes more sense, right? And that's a min. That's a min. A mini Mario. All right. So this kind of jumps a lot. If we go back to 1,000 as baseline, it also jumps a lot. It kind of bumps up and down. I'm wondering if there's a caching issue here. And if we go back to bun run. Sounds kind of fun though, right? So here it bounces between 90 and 180. Yeah, here also it bounces, and it bounces pretty high. 287. 287. And if we do 5,000... Alright, the bounces are not nearly as extreme. And if we do 5,000 with node, it's 240, 400, 500, 500, 500, 500. So bun is definitely faster for this. So we might just use bun for this in general. So we're back. Let's go back to what we were looking at earlier. If it's worthwhile running any of these. Now that I can run that many, we might want to check if created at is let me think. What was the question? If ctime is ever greater than, if ctime is smaller than m time, and then we'll do short ID, c time, m time, and created at. So that should give us any file where the created time is smaller than the modified time, which is never the case apparently. Okay, so I don't think I have to worry about that. And I think we can just run it like that. We can get rid of this. And if we run this with bun, with a bun fun run, it should be quite quick. All right. And if the result is sensible, okay. So now the question is, the create puzzle info task, and I'm going to make this a bit bigger because there's quite a bit of code we got to look at. So we got rid of this last time, so that's fine. That seems to work fine. Can probably get rid of that. Can get rid of that, right? So the question is, do we want to merge that in with this? Because this is working sort of with bulk inserts. Although we could actually separate that, right? So we could do the bulk reading. It gets us that data. And then we don't necessarily need to do the insert menu over here, right? So you could kind of do 10 and we're kind of pre-grouping on the puzzle raw. So the thing we don't have here is the indexing by puzzle raw. Yeah, I think it makes still sense to do it as a 2-pass process. And then even if we automatically delete that sort of temporary table, right? Because otherwise, we'll have to do a run anyways, and we'll have to keep something in memory. And in this case, we'll probably do the hashes. The thing is, the hash here is based not on the raw data, right? It's based on the process data. I think what we'll also do is we'll do a couple of the fixes in here. We'll move some of the corrupt data improvements into there. So I think this stuff I think it makes sense to have that one level earlier. So ignore that for a sec. So if I say const corrupt fpus header, right? Let's limit it again. Actually, I think I can do 10k now. It'll be 10 of 10k, and then we can do if this dot test this console.log corrupt short ID puzzle raw dot slice 040. Just get the first 40 characters. Let's run it again. All right, what do we see here? Corrupt. So we have something like this. So if I look at this, it doesn't load, right? But if I take the data in here, network, let's do that, API. So if I take the corrupted data here, and I don't think it's just encoded, right? It's just that weird %27, which, by the way, what is that? %27 is that a single quote or a backtick? It's a single quote. So no idea where that came from, right? But without that, is it valid? Yes. Okay, no idea how that got in there. All right. I guess all the other ones are fine as well. I wonder if the capitalization is a problem. Not sure. So we have one here in the first 20k. How many are there in total? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5. fpus.com/life. All right, anyway, we can clean them out from here. And it shouldn't make it too much slower, I'm guessing. So we'll just do this. Now, I don't know if this speeds it up, or if that just adds complexity. Like since we're already parallelizing 10,000 of these, all right, let's try that. So let's run this test again without that corrupt check. We're testing on the whole thing, right? So it's around 450 milliseconds each, and they're quite consistent right now. So now instead of doing these, right? We'll do them separately. We'll get the stat first. Nice orderly queue. And then we'll do that. Now we'll run it again. It should be the same outcome. And the total time was 6.76 for reload API puzzles. 6.76. It looked a bit faster, but I guess it's not. But it could just be some change in my system. Is this within margins of error? No, it definitely seems a bit slower. Okay. All right, so there's something here it can parallelize. All right, fair enough. We'll keep it. And the other thing we can probably improve is... I don't know how expensive something like this is. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna reduce this back down to like 5. And then we're gonna output these. Because we might be able to just short circuit that a little bit. Could probably just erase that. If we take fn.slice the length of this, is that enough? +1. Is that enough? I think that'll be enough, right? So that might be faster. I mean, these optimizations are probably not sensible at this stage. Do this. Do that. What was it? 6.75? Okay, it's like a whole second. All right. So if we're gonna do this 100,000 times, I guess it makes sense to optimize it just the tiniest bit. I'm even wondering if we should get rid of one of these. Birth time is probably not relevant here. What is birth time even? Birth time. Node.js. Birth time says inbuilt application programming. Blah, 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 blah. When the file's created. Birth time vs C time. I'm also wondering if I use the MS stuff, if I save some time converting them, but 100,000 like value off on date is probably not a problem. Stats.birth time, stats.ctime. Timestamp when the file status has been changed. Oh, no, I don't care about that. I thought this was creation time. It's change time. All right. Birth time. This is literally the first time I hear that terminology in file system context. Ooh, spilled some water. Nowhere important, though. All right. So we have created that, and then puzzle raw is that. And short ID is not used anywhere else, right? So we can just do that over here. Right? We can just do that over here. Like that. All right. And now we were at 5.2 seconds for 112,000 files, right? That's not bad. 6.9 seconds. God damn it. Wait, but maybe because of this? I don't think I was doing this before. Yeah, 6.7 seconds. That's not too bad. I'm okay with this. And the data we have looks like this. All right. So we can now skip this one and go to this one. And for now, I'm going to disable that because we're not messing with that anyways. And now we're gonna have to incorporate these things. So we probably want to do a limit 10. Just take a look. So if I run this now. Yeah, like, I don't know. I don't trust Bun just yet, but for something like this, it might be a good tool to just, like, especially if it's just a one-off execution. And you're just waiting for it. So if it runs 10% faster, it helps. Like, I wouldn't run it as the main process on the server, for example. That doesn't sound very smart. All right, so we have 10 documents in here, and this is what they look like. Now, I haven't moved Puzzle Raw in here yet, apparently. I thought I was going to do that. And we have a couple of steps, right? So we have the raw validation here. And we're creating the hash here. Now, at this point, there is no hash collisions. There cannot be, because we're creating... Yeah, there's no point creating this puzzle index. So we shouldn't even try. Right. So if I call them just insert docs, and then we'll just, instead of puzzle index, puzzle info. Don't do that. And now we basically get rid of all mentions of this. I'm gonna keep a copy of this because this could easily go wrong. Well, these cannot be duplicated. So we're just gonna do that. for now. Why are they in this format anyways? That doesn't make a lot of sense. Is it because of this mapping? Add to set group puzzle raw sum short IDs. Add to set short ID group. There's probably a better way of doing this, but I'm not familiar enough with MongoDB to make that happen. All right. Now, this is kind of where we want to jump in. Because we want to separate creation dates and times for the short IDs. And to be able to do that, we actually need to make the short IDs themselves more complex objects instead of just arrays of IDs. Is this valuable enough metadata? I think so, because in the future, we want to be able to track what's happening with short IDs. The question here is just, should the short ID be its own table? And right now, API Puzzles basically is the short ID, isn't it? So in a weird way, we kind of want to invert that. Let's keep the metadata inside puzzle info for now with the short IDs, and see how that works. Let us output the doc completely for a sec and just kind of reorient ourselves. Shorties.map doc sign expected what? That doesn't seem right. Well, the bun error here is completely useless. What the hell? Like, it's pointing at the wrong place. Anyway, all right. Complete guarantees you may change it anytime. What? Batch cannot be empty. Yeah, probably this part. All right. So, the doc here. Where are our times and dates and such? Wait, what? API puzzles match. Not in invalid short IDs, that's fine. Add to set. ID is puzzle raw. Group. Short ID. Do I just add that here? Ah, man, I don't know the syntax of this. This is going to be annoying. This is going to be slightly annoying. So specify field and embedded use dot notation. Behavior. Insert one, yada yada, add to set, color mauve. Letters. Group. No. Add to set. Group. Aggregation. The group stage separates documents into groups according to a group key. The output is one document for each unique group key. Yep. So add to set expression. Add to set. So we'll just make this an array. Is that what we're gonna do? And then we'll just add the create that, modify that in there. Like that. Maybe. Seems logical enough. Okay. On area, I guess we can only do one. Add to set. Area of all unique values that results from applying expression in each document in a group. Not just add to set group multiple. Yes, correct syntax. What be? Can I just list these in here? Is that what you're telling me? What I still don't understand is where the group thing comes from. So what if we do this? Ah, is that what you're trying to tell me? I can manage. I'll probably want to put $signs all over the place for no apparent reason. Hey, look at that. Okay, so now these are per short ID, but they're the only information we have for the puzzles themselves. So we're gonna use them for the puzzles too. Okay, and that'll happen down here. Let us also output insert docs at the end. All right. And now the short ID stuff is gonna be here, and we want to keep those created at, modified at around. And you know what? I don't know. I think I'm gonna go with C time and M time here. This is gonna bug me. And that's shorter. And it's my own thing, and now they make sense, and it's not changed, it's freaking created. So now it's C time, M time, right? And then here, C time, M time. Actually, we probably don't want to do the map at all now. Now we're gonna just have to keep it. It'll make things more difficult later on because we won't have just clean arrays. We'll have to map them somehow. Like before, I could join them more easily, and I could search them more easily. But we'll figure it out. It's all a learning curve. So now short IDs becomes an object. And maybe if I do this, I can see that more easily. Yeah. So short IDs will look like... God damn it. Wait, what? No. That's not how they come out of the docs. Yes, that is how they come out of it. I thought I just fixed that. And I somehow managed to unfix it again. God damn it. Alright, here we go. First try. What? What? Damn it. What? I need to rerun the other thing, don't I? God damn it. Alright. It should only take 6 seconds. 6.7 seconds. Let's count. No, not with note. Deleting it takes this long when it's full? Are you kidding me? What is it doing? It's like... Can't you just drop it? No, it's filling it up again. Alright. That was bizarre. 20 seconds. Blimey. All right. Don't need that again, hopefully. And now, can we look at the shirt IDs? Yay! All right. That's what I want to see. I don't want to see that. I want to see... God damn it. I want to see stuff like that. Okay. Yeah, I don't like the stringification that Bun does. Is there something documented about that? Bun, JSON, stringify, vs, Node.js. JSON.stringify. Formatting. Come on, Google. You can do better than this. What is the issue here? Yeah, Bun is okay. Well, not something I should worry about right now. So now, if we look into this, yeah, because we're not writing it in yet. I guess that's the next step now. So we don't want to print this 70,000 times, and we don't want to print this anymore. And now if we do this, maybe it'll just work. Did I remove the other one? Yeah. Batch cannot be empty. Well, it's no longer puzzle index. It's now whatever we called it. Insert docs. Like that. Boom. Let's do that. We can test it in Bun as well. Doing 10 is not gonna do much testing though. Let's do 72,000. All right, come on. Maybe I should batch this as well, so at least I can get some progress in updates. How can I batch this easily? I mean, we're increasing count by 1 each, right? So if count modulus 1000 equals 0, console.log processed count. Processed count. Right, I'm gonna rerun it just because I want to see what our actual progression here is. Okay. Not very quick. If we run it with Bun. It could be faster. It's mostly string processing, right? What could we like? JSON parsing is probably a big one here because we're doing that quite a few times with exception throwing and all that stuff. I don't know if there's something I can do to optimize the whole thing. Like, could I try multiple checks? Because each of these, I need to kind of exception handle, right? I don't know if there's something I can do to improve that. There might be some string checks I can check, like, hey, if the data is obviously not JSON data, like if it doesn't start with a bracket or you know, a square bracket or angled bracket, then I know it's not JSON data, so then I can skip, because this plus the try catch could be quite expensive. Like, I don't know if there's a JSON validator that's faster than JSON parse. Like, if I don't actually need to parse the data. Because I will need to parse it eventually. Safe unzip here. It's just us the unzip. We're not actually parsing it here. 77,126. Duplicate key error. Wait. What is this keyed to? What is the key on puzzle info hash? Let me think. We are hashing the parsed puzzle data. Because of course we'll have fewer unique ones of those. Ugh. Yeah, because we're not hashing on the raw data, I think. All right. Let me think. We're back to the problem of what's a puzzle and how do I keep information about multiple kinds of puzzles, right? So, let me look at the puzzle info data here. Like, if I have two different kinds of raw data, do I want to treat them as equivalent? That's the question, right? So in other words, do I just merge their short IDs together? Which means I kind of have to keep this code. Let's do detection, because maybe it doesn't happen very often, right? So we'll just do something like this. Puzzle index hash equals puzzle info gets pushed. Okay, so this one can be a const, and then we can do this puzzle info equals that. And now here we can do, before we do that, if puzzle index hash is not equal undefined, then we'll just do console.log hash collision, right? And then we'll have a collision between this one, which is insert hash collision. You know what? I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna be a bit detailed here. Because I have no idea how often this is happening. And then we can do something like insert docs dot index of boom. Insert docs blah blah blah. And then we can do insert docs like that. I think we don't need that. Insert docs. Boom. And then we'll just do this. Puzzle info. And I guess we just run it. It'll tell us, right? Yeah. It'll tell us if it happens a lot. Okay, this is happening quite a bit. More often than I had anticipated. All right, so. Okay, I don't like the bun formatting, so I'm going to rerun that with node and kill it right here. So, let's look at one of these collisions. So we'll have a hash collision between this. So it's kind of like right after each other. And we'll have... this is the one we already have. And this is the new one. This one is called a match made in heaven. While this one... Let's see, we have hash format puzzle data. Puzzle JSON, fair enough. Okay, that's the one. And now this one is the new one. So these two hashes match. That means the puzzle data should be the same. But puzzle raw should be different. Now, we're not currently including puzzle raw. Right. So we want to add puzzle raw. Now, we know the hashes are the same. Index. I'm going to put these two side by side so I can compare these numbers here. And now I'm not going to just output everything. I'm going to compare a couple of properties. So we're just going to do something like this. For const key of... we're going to compare hashes the same. Format. Puzzle raw. Puzzle data. And short IDs. Right? And then we'll say something like this. We'll just do something like, I don't know. Key. And now we got to compare the two. So we have this one. Key. And we want to see which of these are the same, right? We'll do JSON.stringify so it can compare the short IDs as well. Is that the same as our new puzzle info? And then I want to output some of these. Slice 0, 30. And we'll do the same thing here. Dot slice 0, 30. Just so we can especially see the beginnings. And with puzzle raw and puzzle data, it should tell us if they are likely to be the same or not. And then these we don't need. Okay. Error in a reference short IDs is not defined. Oh. Come on. Let's do it again. All right. So they're always right next to each other, which is interesting. I wonder why. I hope that's not like an artifact of what I'm doing here. Puzzle raw, they're not the same. Wait, what? This doesn't make any sense. Oh, because I'm not keying here. All right, another mistake, another mistake. I'm hungry and I need to pee. That's my excuse. Okay, these look similar, but they're not the same. Okay. These look similar. They are the same. Okay, I really need a... Hey, Eric, how are you doing? I really need a string distance algorithm. I used to, I built a whole freaking system based on very fast assembly created string distance algorithms back in the 90s in Pascal. I wish I had those now. I don't even remember what they were called. So, if they're false, let me see. Node.js string distance. Fast Liebenstein. There we go. I don't remember. No, I didn't do. I think it was called. My God, what was it called? Delphi fast string. Fast string. What was it called? Was it this? I wonder if this is the one that I used to work with. Anyway, does this give me the difference? String diff. What's the output though? I need single line output. I don't need like a whole git like bollocking here. What is the temporal situation? 3 months, okay. I'll give it a shot. Can I just do that? Import diff. Can I just get the full like import require? Here we go. Require diff. It wants me to capitalize. All right. Diff chars. The thing is, I'd like to completely stop processing at this point. But it's difficult because I have a lot of try catches going on. Maybe we can do a return. Or a halt or something like that. What if I do this? Like that. And then we'll do a return. That should do something, right? Does not provide an export name. Default. God damn it. Can I do that? Hey, look at that. Hash collision. Diff chars. Count 6. Oh. The return should happen here. Oh, yeah. So. Hash collision. Ah, okay. These are all the differences. Okay, so this, for example, is URI encoding differences. Okay, that's good enough, right? We could also pre-URI decode them. Because URI encoding is fairly primitive, right? If I do a safe URI decode, find URI, safe decode URI component. Like if we run it through that, how slow will it get? We'll find out. So if we go back to this, close that, and we'll go here. And then we'll just do that. And that. And in fact, we'll do that first. Over here. And we'll probably do it here. And then instead of this one, we'll do this one. We'll do a this one. And I think this one we should be running on in bun again, right? URI error? What? URI malformed. It's meant to be safe. That's the whole freaking point. All right, load fpuzzle. Lib fpuzzle decoder. Find safe to get URI component. Now we have to debug that. How about we just do this here? And we'll do try, catch. Holy moly. All right. So when it dies like that, am I not throwing it? Why does it keep going? All right. URI malformed, URI error, error inner, blah, 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 blah. All right. That's fine. Why is this not being caught up here? You know what? Screw this kind of reuse. I'm gonna get my own. Originally, I had that one here because make sure it's compatible with the online version. But I don't think we need that right now. This is not what we're needing here. So that should be safe, right? Should also be slower, unfortunately. So the try catch. So I think that means we can put that back in here. Get rid of all of that. And I don't think we did any limits here. So if we run this through bun, how slow is it really? It's not that bad. All right. So that now should normalize this data at least one step, right? And now on the second pass, we should have fewer in total, right? So if I run this now, hey Rift Clown, how you doing? All right, we got a collision. But now the collision should be something less trivial, one would hope. So this is like genuinely different data. What are these symbols? They look weird. Count. I'm not sure actually what this means. Situm. This looks weird. This looks very weird. Wait a second, what? Puzzle raw. Puzzle data. Short IDs. Why are these so weird? What? All right, one sec. So we're back in here. The short IDs we don't really care about for this, for the diff purposes. It's almost the length really that matters the most. So in a situation like this, tell you what. Let's take the short IDs out of here. We'll say a.short IDs, and that's just gonna be the prior one. Oh. And then this will be the secondary. And then we're also gonna compare these two. So we're also gonna output the lengths of these. And of this one. The diffs, is there a nice formatting thing here of this diff library? Something formatting something. Okay. Can we just added, removed? There's no single line version of this. Doesn't look like it. All right. Never you mind that. I think we should be able to run that now anyways. At least we're not hitting one for the first like several thousand, so hopefully it's not as frequent and we can actually manually deal with them. So what's the difference here? These are the same. This is different. Maybe we'll check if they're the same first and only output them. If they're not. If they're not the same. Right. Then we'll do the console log. You know, probably don't need that. Then we can save doing that. Here, for example, they're the same length. How are they different? Okay. Even the puzzle data is the same length. The puzzle data is the same. Okay. So wait a second. Wait, what? So somehow the exact same data is encoded different ways? All right, but we can track that down via these guys, right? So if I do like that, and the other one like that. Oh. What? The plot thickens. One of these works, and one of these does not. Even though they decode to the same data. Huh? Load fp puzzle dot decompress puzzle region null. This doesn't look too bad. One sec. One sec. Let's do this a little bit better. Async. So we'll do console.log. Get puzzle ID. Puzzle loader dot fetch puzzle. Wait. Puzzle loader dot strip puzzle format. Around that. Let's make this whole thing colorful. Strip puzzle format, and then load fpuzzle dot decompress. Right? It'll do the trick. Huh? Oh. Alright, this should do the trick. Alright. And if we do that over here, we get something else. I mean, we get something similar. But one of these is good and the other one isn't. Is that what we're trying to say here? Or does one of these have some sort of corruption? JSON dot parse. Okay, so we might have to unzip first. Oh, this one parses and this one doesn't. Position 3336, line 1. 3336. So about halfway, huh? We compare that to this one. Wow, there's really not that much between them. I gotta look at this a little bit more carefully. Okay, if I do, nope. If I do this, what do we get? What if we do this, and this, and this, and this, and then we'll do this, and this, and then we'll do this, and then we'll find the changes. So it's in the C's, but shouldn't the unzipper fix that? Is it tools or zipper? Puzzle zipper dot unzip. If we throw that in here before the JSON parsing, what do we get to? Ooh, don't need that. Why do we get a prompt? Ah, no, we get that. Okay. And then here, you get that. The fact that it parses now means that the unzip step isn't happening on this particular puzzle. What? Why? Why would the unzip not happen on this? Is this something I screwed up a while ago? I mean, it doesn't seem to affect a lot of puzzles. It's kind of bizarre. Oh. It's only happening in the patcher? One second. Let's do this. And do this. All right. PuzzlePatcher.js. Puzzle. PuzzlePatcher.js. Line 19. 423. Fix puzzle slashes. Decompress puzzle. Unzip. Unzip. If I put unzip in here. Boom. Is unzipping always safe? That's the question. Like, if I put an unzip in there, I don't know if unzipping is always safe. But it's definitely safe if this fails. So so if we do const decomp equals this, right? And then we'll do let f puzzle. And then we'll do try JSON.parse equals that. right? And then only in this case do we do the unzip. Then it only happens if there's an error which would completely just crash the whole thing anyways. All right, and in Puzzle Loader we also have an issue. Or we have the same issue. Line 137. Parse puzzle. Parse puzzle data. Parse puzzle data. Safe JSON unzip. Wait. What's the whole point of this being safe? Parse. Parse puzzle data. Object parse puzzle fpus. 137 94. Parse 137. It's here, huh? So if we do the same thing here, and then we'll do let JSON try JSON equals JSON dot parse decomp catch Wait, save JSON unzip basically does this, right? That's literally what save JSON unzip does. So we should just do that here instead of the non-safe version. Save JSON unzip just isn't available yet. Maybe we should make it available. So if we put that in here, maybe future me will be slightly less confused. The problem is these are globals. So no. I mean, that's the same thing, right? It's the same thing. It's just this has another catch. So this should work now. Huh. And that's, as far as I can tell, that's a perfectly safe change. Because it only fixes things that were completely broken, that weren't working. It doesn't change the behavior at all if the error doesn't happen. And by the time these errors happen, we're basically already screwed. So if I now reverse this, debundleify that again, like that, and then I think there's a script that lets me create these bundles. Something bundle, build bundles, update puzzles. No. Where is it? Something. Bundle. Here we go. So if I do that, unfortunately it creates a bunch of bundles that I don't need. I think I can just discard all of these. All right. So now we have the updated here, updated there, and updated bundle. And that's like a small patch that we can push. Patch or improve parsing of zipped fpus data. All right. Glad I improved that. I don't know. Nobody's probably trying to use those URLs, but that's the problem when people don't report issues to me. I don't know about them, right? So that probably existed for a long time, and nobody just bothered telling me about it, and I couldn't fix it. And the person probably moved on, and I now have extra work to do trying to deduplicate things in my database. So yeah, that's a problem. Now I have to basically replicate this potential issue or issue fix in here, right? So the puzzle data, is it being parsed in here? No. The whole file type dependent stuff should be happening over here. This is misspelled somehow, isn't it? Is it collision? Is it 1S? I'm not sure. Okay, now that's bugging me. Yep, it's 1S. All right. Okay, so the question now is, can I homogenize this data? So we're creating the hash on the puzzle data. In JSON, safe unzip, safe unzip. It means somewhere here it's not being safe unzipped. Or safe I don't know. The safe unzip and the validate JSON kind of go in hand, I think. I think we can just roll the unzipping into this. So what we can do is, if we have a catch here, we'll do another try here with the unzip. And then we have another catch here with the return false. Like that. And then we can skip the safe unzipping here. Like that and like that. And every time we do validate JSON, we're also unzipping. Potentially. Only if there's an error. If there's no error, I don't think that, yeah, because zipped state is always invalid JSON. I'm pretty sure. Did I stop it from exiting? No, I didn't. Wait, what? Can we... thank you. If I do a return here, can we stop after the first error? Okay. So obviously whatever I did stops it from working. Invalid JSON. Now, why is it trying to look at this as valid JSON? So the only thing we changed is that we're validating here. Can we get a stack trace, please? Can I get a stack trace in this house? Apparently not. Because I'm not generating errors in here somewhere. I'm just creating strings. Let's make these into errors with stack traces. Oh my god. Okay. All right, 132. Obviously. So wait a second. We're getting all the way to this point, and it's not valid JSON. That means it doesn't get. It's not decompressible. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. So that's our puzzle raw. And what's our puzzle data? Puzzle raw is this. Puzzle data is this. And decomp. Decomp. It did decompress. Oh, why am I checking puzzle data here? I think we needed to do this. I think because, yeah, because I removed the unzip. Okay. That makes sense. That's the line that was ejected. Okay, so now we can do this. And we now get back to our hash collision. Excellent. That's where we want to be. All right. And load equals. What? And load equal. All right, that's interesting. That's something we can fix. But it also means that should never have slipped in there. Wait, did I grab the wrong one? Huh? Wait, what? They're both good? Oh, wait, there's a couple more. Oh, that's good too. So that's the A. What? How did we get to this one? So that's A. That's B. Ah, wait, no. Huh? Okay, so these are bits from the diffs, right? But the data itself doesn't have this stuff in it. Unless I'm not seeing it here. Let's find out. And this one. Okay. And this one is a really small one as well. Suspiciously small. Oh. Okay, something went wrong here. So it still loads. But this is very strange. So it's got that at the back, which somehow which somehow doesn't mess with my algorithm up somehow. How? This is very strange. All right, I want to check this out as well. I'm learning a lot about my algorithms, and I'm fixing internal bugs, so I think it's still worthwhile. Especially we're operating in such a ill-defined system. Get puzzle ID. Wait, puzzle loader dot fetch. I should have kept that page. I've written these couple of lines out so many times. Puzzle loader dot strip puzzle format. Fetch puzzle. Okay. And if I do the same thing here. All right, I think these are just as long. I just didn't copy them properly before because they seem so much shorter. Okay. This one is definitely longer. This one is longer, and this one is shorter. So I think they just have that attached to the end of them. All right. So if I do load f puzzle.decompress puzzle, maybe that just ignores bad data at the end? Yeah. I've not known this to be very tolerant to errors. Okay. Okay, so the question is, do I want to regex strip that? I mean, is there ever going to be compressed data that has those particular strings in them? Hard to tell. The question is, I am decompressing the data, right? So why does that part survive? Like, I am decompressing it here. Ah, because... Ah, puzzle raw is different, but the decoded data is the same. Well, that's the sort of thing I'm actually expecting. So we can do a few things. We can either manually check this one place, or we're just literally going for this. So if we go back into this part, we'll have that. The question is this going to slow our thing here if we do that on all of them when most of them don't have a match? Like if we do something like this, basically, right? What was that? So if we take that, I don't actually know if that makes a difference to pull these out of something that gets called 100,000 times. But now, if we run these two back to back, we should get past that first part. Nope. That's not what I want to run. Oh, this is painstaking. That's the problem. Like, even if something happens 1 in 1,000, I have to deal with it 100 times now. And that's enough to have 10 different things to deal with. And if each one takes me half an hour, you know, I'm sitting here for a couple hours. Alright. So it's rebuilt that. It didn't hit that snag. I saved this file. Did that abort the execution. No, we had a new collision. All right. Did I not just fix that? Did I not just fix that? Wrong character. Wrong regex character. All right, I'm getting rapidly too hungry to keep working. It's already 2. I need to. What just happened? Oh, did I just clear? I need to take a lunch break and eat some food. Get my stomach to stop growling. All right, at least this is quite fast now. I'm quite happy about that. Used to be it was doing a second each. Glad I checked into that. It's been too long. Okay. Yeah. So any settings at the end as well. So we're probably gonna do something nice. Corrupt. Set. Corrupt. Setter corrupt. Load corrupt setting. And we're gonna have to run it again. But by changing it one level up, it saves a lot of, you know, the pipeline, like each step in the pipeline has to deal with less stuff. And we don't have to re-deal with bad things over and over. And I'm wondering if we have a bunch more of issues like that. All right, so this one looks like it has a genuine difference. Oh, 1 versus 2 slashes. Now, that means one of these was corrupt, the other one wasn't. But it means I managed to fix it. Anyways, because the non-raw part is identical, right? So we can check for that now that we have this diff algorithm going. Like we can say, hey, if the diff is only in slashes, so can we had like yesterday I added something to skip a bunch, right? Somewhere in here. If count is smaller than 10,600. Continue. And now what I can do here is I'm gonna make this a little bit more complex here. We'll do something like that. Right. And then we can do if key equals puzzle raw and right now actually what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do log diff. So diff is an array, right? Yes. So we'll map each individual diff d dot removed. And value equals slash. What if we do filter? Filter not. Right. So that should skip all single slash removals. Oop. Why did we get this up here? Console.log. d.value. Okay. That was weird. d.removed and value equals slash. It's this part, right? Actually, I'm gonna do something different here. You see, can I distinguish added existing or not? So if d.added equals undefined and d.removed equals undefined. Filter out where both of them, like where one of them is true or false. One of them is not undefined. And then the rest, we want to filter out as well. And then we'll basically want to end this in. All right, so that basically should exclude slashes. At least it'll exclude this one. So let's slash diff equal. And then we'll do if slash diff dot length equals 0. Continue. So if we do a continue here, we should skip the return and it should continue to the next one. Except no, it doesn't. It doesn't skip this return because we're still in a loop over here. Alright, let alt now equals false. True. Or return now. Return to shadow now. Yes, I've been playing Hades this morning. If return now. And then here we'll just say return now equals false. That should let us continue after this one, and then we'll see if we have other issues like that. Because I don't want to completely make them invisible just yet. And the next issue is We have a value of a slash. Cargofire 7 space 12. How is that in puzzle raw? That doesn't look right. That doesn't look right, does it? That seems very strange. And once again, the parse data is the same. Huh? Count 18. So we have 1241 characters. That gets us all the way to the equals at the end. We have a lot of URL encoding going on here at the end. Which I think we've already normalized to over here. I didn't get as far as I wanted to go before my meeting, but I still don't understand. Also, how do we have a slash here? Oh, wait. What's going on here? Hmm? I mean, we don't have a lot of differences here. Alright, let's grab this. Decode. UI component. Boom. Let's grab that. And it's in single quotes, that's fine. Let's go here. Decode. UI component. We've got that here. Where's the difference? Is it just, did I not put a line break here? Huh? No, I'm paying for this for years, so shut up. There's no difference. Okay, so they are the same according to here. Then what's the difference here? I'm just gonna output the full thing. The full value. Because this is a little bizarre. The fact that I have a reminder now means I only have an hour before the meeting, so I definitely need to stop right now so I can have lunch. Otherwise, I will be useless for this meeting. Chicago Fire 712. But I'm not seeing that in the data here. Is that something I'm adding? We have these are the three equal signs. That should not be there. Can we find this one quickly? Short IDs. Short ID. Find. Can I? Yeah, it's definitely... This is definitely not in there. What the hell? Can we skip straight to this one? if we skip to 14 something. So if I run this again, $14.46. Run this again. And now if I look at the docs, there it is. Is that not? Wait, that's what? Oh, I was looking only. God damn it. I'm still an idiot. All right. There it is. Okay. Huh. I'm starting to think the only way. Do I want to strip stuff like that off? There's a couple of ways I can deal with this. One way would be after the decompression happened, recompress the data to get the compressed version. But the problem is the decompression happens a couple of steps in. So how closely do I want the original raw data to compare with, right? And to be honest, maybe at this point I don't actually care about that part, you know? In fact, maybe a hash of the uncompressed data is enough. Because if the decompression fails, then everything else is irrelevant, right? Except for data that isn't compressed. I can also just add that to a list of special exceptions and handle that specially. I could literally just add that as a string to strip off the end, because no real compressed data or valid JSON is ever going to have that. And you know what? Now that I'm saying it out loud, I know that is the most pragmatic option. So we're going to do re strip tail, and then we'll just have a list of these things that we want to strip off the end. So we'll just go in here and we'll just do an re strip tail. And now if we rerun it, which is the last thing we'll do in this stream, and hopefully this will take, what, 6.7 seconds? Under 7 seconds in total? 12 seconds. It's taken longer. And that shouldn't have happened. Except we are doing this post-decoding. Post-URI decoding. So let's try it again. And then that's the last thing we'll do this stream. And then I'm gonna eat, and then I have a meeting at 3. And it's not a meeting I'm looking forward to. It's gonna be a tough one. Oh, boom. All right. That means we don't want to do that anymore. That means we don't want to output all the docs, because that's gonna give us this crazy spamminess. Like here. We don't want to skip. And now we can rerun just that. And we should get pretty far with the processing. Unless, you know, we find more errors. But, I mean, now the code must be perfect. I think that's the one we already knew about. Yeah, that's the one with the slash difference. We have a removed slash. Did I only check for the added slash? That was something I anticipated would happen. Removed true value equals slash. Okay, that's another slash diff. Another slash diff, I'm imagining. Yeah. So all the slash diffs we can merge. Don't know if we can fix them earlier on. Removed undefined, added true. Oh, no, that's different. All right, so that's the next one where it fails. 17,750. 17,750. So that should be the first we're hitting. All right, and that's where we'll continue next time. Don't see off the top of my head instantly here what the issue is. Let's see if one of these is just straight up broken and one of these is straight up functional. No, they can't be broken because they decode. Nope. It's the sort of thing that makes me wish I had done more data validation earlier on. All right. Wow. Seems very different data to decompress to the same stuff. Maybe one is zipped and one is not. How big is this one? 2.4 kilobytes, and this one is 3.1 kilobytes. It's possible. All right, I'm gonna call it a day. Thanks for stopping by, Riftclown. Appreciate the company. Take care. Have a good day. For the rest of you, thanks for watching. I know these are not super exciting, but yeah, 100,000 bits of data. I don't want to say puzzles. There's like 70,000, 77,000 puzzles or whatever. It's still, it's a lot to deal with. And now it becomes more important than ever to get this sorted. So this work is, I should have done, 60,000 puzzles ago. But here we are. All right. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care. And I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for hanging out. Bye-bye.